You're listening to Health Professional Radio. My name is Wayne Buckler, and my guest this morning is Mike Watson. Mike is a director at Innova Design. Welcome to Health Professional Radio, Mike.
Thank you, Wayne. Good morning.
Now, Mike, Innova's not a name that kind of instantly tells me about the company. Tell us what it is that you do and what geographical footprint you service.
Sure. We design and build healthcare interiors. So our typical client is a specialist or GP that's looking at setting up his own practice. We look after then right from the concept, approvals, design, management of the contractors on site, right through to the delivery and handover with the keys. Geographically, we're covering all of Australia, really apart from Perth. Perth's been a little bit too far so far, and we haven't any clients there, but we'd be happy to give it a shot. But most of our business, of course, comes from New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland.
I see. Now, Mike, that sort of design strikes me as being quite specialist. Is that what you found? It's not something for the average kitchen fit-out firm to do?
Yeah, it is. It's very difficult. It's specialised on two levels, I would guess. We design and we build. So from a design point of view, in-house here, we have specialists within specialists. So we have two designers that only work on radiology, for instance, which is a very specialised subject. We have two designers that only work on dental surgeries. Another one that just does ophthalmologists. So each group of specialties has their own uniqueness about it, and you do need a specialist. It's not something that an architect can manage or have the experience to do. When it comes to the build component of it also, there are specialists, plumbers for instance, to provide the services to dental chairs. There's lead-lined walls in a radiology surgery, so there's quite specialists there. So it's not the sort of thing that the general architect and the general builder can manage satisfactorily, I think.
You're listening to Health Professional Radio. My guest today is Mike Watson, a director with Innova Design, and we've been talking about the specialisation of design for clinical treatment rooms and practice rooms. Mike, what are the issues that you think are important that clinicians who are listening to us know about Innova this morning?
I think the most important thing is most clinicians are very time poor, and to find someone that will offer them one point of responsibility, really right from the start. I get clients actually, Wayne, that call me and say, Mike, can you help me? I think I found a space. Just come and assess the suitability of this space. So I'll go and have a look at the space for them, or send one of the project managers down. We'll give them a little bit of a report. We'll alert them to any potential problem areas regarding approvals or in costs because of the space. We can then bring that in-house, space plan. So yes, you can get 4 consult rooms and a treatment room, etc. in that space. Go ahead and do the negotiations. They'll negotiate the lease, sign up, and then from then on we'll look after the construction drawings, the finishes themselves, right through to building. So all the way through, they've got one point of contact. The other thing that's really important with that, I would really encourage anybody to use one company from woe to go, is establish a budget early in the piece. Because if you're paying a designer to design it, you're going to love his work at the end of the day, and you're going to pay him his fee, and then he walks away. Then when you go out to send that out to the contractors to get built, that might be double your budget. With a company like ours that's offering the service from start to finish, one point of responsibility, we establish a budget up front, and our designers will design to that budget. So that design doesn't get to the client unless the project manager's overseen it and seen the costs there. So you know exactly what your costs are. You know, you hear horror stories of my God, I got killed with the variations here, or it cost me twice as much as I expected. You can avoid all that by just establishing up front with one company that provides all the service, establish a budget and a time frame there, and hold them responsible to it, and have one point of contact. It's so much easier.
Yes, I think in almost every field, it is the transfer of responsibility points, the boundaries of a project where things most often go wrong.
Yes, absolutely. It is, because at the end of the day, we've stepped into situations where it's been half designed or it's been half built, and there's invariably there's got to be disagreements between the designer and the builder if they're two separate entities. Besides which, often if you're separating it that way, it probably indicates that you're going to go with the cheapest builder you can find. So you go out to quote, you go for tender, you get 3 quotes, and you go with the cheapest builder. Now, it costs what it costs to build, actually, whoever you use. The difference in price to you is the difference in the margin that the builder puts on. So you choose the cheapest one, who's just put the smallest margin on, he's going to make that money back. Like, builders don't work on small margins, even though we think they do. He's going to make that margin back on variations with you, and he's going to find loopholes in the documentation or the construction drawings to provide it with variations to increase his profit. So just reduce the number of, or the points of responsibility, I would say. Just makes it so much easier.
Good advice, I think. Mike, in every industry, there are misconceptions. So what are the misconceptions about your business that drive you nuts and keeps you awake at night?
I think the biggest misconception, and we're always defending ourselves on this regard, is, Mike, that's the cost, but how much is it really going to cost? People have been bitten so many times in the building industry, whether they built a house or putting in a kitchen or whatever, that they think that when we price something for them, they think that that's only half of the story, and they're expecting to be ripped off in variation, which is horrific. We would never. We're responsible for that all the way through, but they've had so many bad experiences, I think, that they're half expecting it. So that's probably the biggest misconception. We are able to provide you up front. We're perfectly honest. We'll tell you how long it's going to take and what it's going to cost. Now, in some cases, we'll lose a project because of that, the honesty in doing that. But I'd rather lose it and keep our reputation than win a couple of projects by underestimating the cost or the time frame.
Well, with a little bit of luck today, Mike, we might have helped some of our listeners to overcome that misconception for you. If you've just joined us, you've just missed me talking to Mike Watson, a director of Innova Design. But the good news is we have a transcript and we have an audio sound archive on our website at www.hpr.fm. And if you want to get in touch with Mike Watson, the best place to do that, Mike, I guess, is your website?
It is, or email me directly, Mike at Innova Design, INNOVA design.com.au.
Now, I get into trouble for this every day. I put websites on here, and then I get Skype messages from people saying, I didn't have a pencil, what was the name? So I'll do it again. It's www.innovadesign, INNOVADESIGN.com.au. Mike Watson, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Wayne. Thank you very much.
And as I said before, listeners, there is a transcript on our website, there is a SoundCloud archive and a YouTube archive. My name's Wayne Buckley. You've been listening to Health Professional Radio.